Libra, my name is Audrey Alison. Thanks for joining me for your August 2017 forecast for the month. I am shuffling the Connolly Tarot by Peter and Eileen Connolly. It's an Irish Celtic deck that I really got into this week. And at the end, I'm also drawing from a very private deck. I don't really show this often, but it's my intuition deck. It's by Madame Lenormand, and I'll be drawing one card just to see what the image is for Libra. And I wanted to show you them because I'm incorporating them on my VIMEO on-demand channel. So if you're into it, you can head there, and all of my links are below. So let's get into August because it is eclipse season, and we have a Mercury retrograde ensconced in between two eclipses. So let's start. On the 7th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Aquarius. So for Libra, since this trines you, this is another air sign, this represents your romantic sector, the 5th house of romance and true love. It also is the house of fertility and children and fun. The fifth house is the house of leisure and pleasure. So having a full moon here, there is some kind of closure for Libran females who are pregnant. You might be eclipsing this baby out around the 7th of August because the 5th house is the child birth as well. So having the full moon bringing closure and culmination in this sector, it is the easily could be a birth for those of you who that applies. But for those of you who aren't, for those of you who are men, and for those who aren't pregnant or trying to be, this could see a closure in the development of your child. Maybe the child is returning back to school at that time, or there's an end to something that they are involved in. And there could also be an end of a romance, Libra, or a finality of some part of this 5th house of true love. Maybe you're putting an end to a previous experience or closing the door on an old love or old flame, old relationship. It's going to apply differently, and please, if you're lucky enough to know the time of your birth, watch your ascendant sign. On the 12th, that starts our Mercury retrograde at 11 degrees of Virgo, and Mercury will retrograde back through 28 degrees of Leo. So beginning this retrograde from August 12th, going direct on September 5th, I don't mind this too much, but it's going to ignite your dreams and stir up your memory recall. Mercury retrograde in your quiet sector. Virgo is the sign directly before you. So that is the last sector of the wheel, the 12th house. That is the house of psychic ability. It's the house of rest, the house of release, undoing, releasing addictions. It's also an intuitive sector, very intuitive, peaceful, dreamy sector. So with Mercury ruling the mind and the intellect and the thoughts, or having control over how we communicate, at what pace, especially when he's retrograde, you might withdraw a little bit, Libra. Not typically something that describes you as withdrawn or extroverted, but at this time you might feel that not a lot needs to be expressed, and you're keeping some of your more personal thoughts to yourself. And this retrograde goes back 2 degrees into the 11th house sector. So in September, from the 1st to 5th, this retrograde will impact the 11th house of friendships, and some Librans are hearing from old friends they haven't heard from in a while. Phone calls, emails, that all happens. I do want you to watch your internet from, I just heard, like I could just hear my mother watching this because she's a Libra. Hi Mom, love you. Watch the internet on September 1st through the 5th because this Mercury retrograde affects your 11th house of the internet specifically. So I would just be a little cautious around clicking any links. Don't do it. Don't be tempted to open up spam emails, just keep it moving. But keep your phone on, because you'll be getting some social calls and some activity with this retrograde from people that you haven't heard from in a while. On the 21st, we have our new moon solar eclipse, and this is at 28 degrees of Leo, the same degree that Mercury goes direct on the 5th of September. So there is a poignant area to your natal chart in this month of August, and it would be the 28 degree mark of Leo. Where do you hold that natally? Because even though you are a Libra, not all of you have the same rising sign. So for a solar scope, this new moon eclipse impacts the 11th house again. New friendships, new clubs, new activities, a new internet, a whole new computer system to reach people globally. That's interesting. The new moon solar eclipse could have you introduced to new devices that are considered progressive and technologies like the internet, or accessing the internet from new devices. The new moon could also have new friendships. I said that, but it's a happy feeling. I feel like you're eclipsed in a great friendship at this time, Libra. On the 22nd, the sun enters Virgo. So Virgo will be conjunct Mercury, the retrograde, in this 12th house of quiet. So 6 weeks prior to your solar return, you'll start to feel rest and want downtime and need recuperative rest. And I'm getting a little distracted because I'm getting a little bit of a vibe about some vacations. Even though the 12th house isn't travel, I feel like some Librans are wanting to get away or considering a travel experience when the sun enters the 12th. I know it's not a travel sector, that's the 9th and the 3rd, but I just heard that. I got a little distracted and I was, well, not so much heard, it's more of a vision that I got, a clairvoyance about packing and travel. On the 25th, Saturn will go direct. Saturn has been retrograde for a while and has been in this sector of Sagittarius, the sign, for 2.5 years. So he'll be here through December 21st in your sector of communication and siblings. And this is a restrictive energy, and some Libras have been stressed out, feeling responsible, or learning lessons regarding the 3rd house of siblings, the vehicle, your local neighborhoods, local travel. I think you're looking forward to Saturn to move out of the 3rd house now that he's been there for so long. I think Libra went through a restructuring of your communication style. How you are speaking and what you are saying is revamped a little bit with Saturn here. Maybe throughout this 2.5 years you said some things where you regretted it, or you said too much, or maybe too little. And there's, an adjustment being made. When Saturn gets into a sector, that's where there's the most lessons learned, and you've been having those in your 3rd house of publishing, writing, communications, siblings, and local areas and neighborhoods, local travel. That same day on the 25th, Venus enters Leo. So the 11th house, very social. Connections with female friendships for Libra is very strong. The attraction to join new clubs and become a member of something you haven't done before is here. Something new to Libra as an activity is coming up in a big way. And perhaps the return of an activity. The return of an activity that you used to participate in that you're going back to. And it could be a while, it could be a year you haven't done it. I'm even getting things like backgammon and bridge and certain kind of card clubs. I'm also getting a lot with the hands. I'm getting clubs and gloves. I don't know what that means, gloves. Maybe like whatever you would need gloves for. Maybe some kind of sports like golf or boxing or, baseball, whatever. So getting back into some kind of group or club that you stopped for a while. That would be important to Libra now that this 11th house is ignited throughout this month. So let's see what comes up in the tarot for August. And if you'd like to read with me, I read all through the week. I'm at audreyalison.com, and you can select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I'll get back to you in a day or two in an email to set that up. And if you're interested in learning about how I connect with the tarot or learning about the tarot itself, please consider taking my course, The Magic of Tarot. The information is below. I'm a rhyming fool. All of my words are flowing today. Okay, let's see. Page of Pentacles. He's come up in a few readings. There's a delivery of income or news coming to you regarding your health and your wealth. Let's see what else comes up before I make any assessments. Relationship. This is your 5th house. The 2 of Cups is the marriage or the couple. Stability in relationship. But let's see what else comes up. 3 of Cups. Celebration. Some of you might be considering marriage or engagement. This is a celebration and friendships. This is the 11th house too. Interesting. Support through friends and connections, a holiday, something to celebrate. The 4 of Coins. This is stability as well. Savings. Planting roots. Oh, some of you, okay, I'm getting some symbolism here. The 2 that he's holding up. Excuse me. Some of you are given something that's a material item. It could be an engagement and something to celebrate. Handing over the coin could be the symbol of the ring. And then the 2 coins on top. So 2 become 1, or 1 becomes 2 is what I'm getting. I feel like, excuse me, I have to take a sip of tea. I have a scratch in my throat. Okay. I feel like the full moon is bringing closure to the 5th house, and that could easily mean you're no longer dating, you're taking it a step up. You're heading to the 7th house, which is marriage and something more serious. The 5th house is love, and that's not to be taken lightly, but it is more of a casual dating, the initiating stages of romance and courting and lighthearted energy in love. And some Librans are making something solid, handing over that material gift. Maybe some of you are investing in your relationship. Ooh, you see how that looks like it's glowing, the infinity symbol? This is a beautiful energy right here for celebration. And people who are in relationship, it looks like it's solid and secure. It's what makes you stable right now with the 4 of Coins. What grounds you. Now, for those of you who aren't in relationship, getting this 2 of Cups, this could easily mean that you are attracting this. And with the Page of Pentacles starting first, it's something news could be coming to you. Why did my lights change? There we go. News could be coming to you about relationship, and that could be applying to the Mercury Retrograde in Earth, in Virgo, Earth. Someone could be coming back to start this relationship as well. Keep that in mind. It doesn't always have to be the person that you're actually with right now. Some of you are ending relationships and progressing into this more solid foundation, and some of you are getting out of romances. You might feel restricted in that area, and then you're moving forward to maybe something new or a new offer that comes in the retrograde. Let's pull an intuition card and see what that represents for Libra. Either way, I love these cards for connection, and since your 11th house is lit up, you have the sun. This is the most beautiful. Look how worn. I've had these for several decades. This is how I first started honing in on my abilities, or my really strengthening my psychic ability, which everybody has. It's just some people choose to hone in on it and others don't. The Sun is probably the happiest card out of 36 on these pictures. It is success, it's happiness, it's warmth. It does indicate marriage. It is the season of summer. And similar to the Major Arcana card in the Tarot, it is jovial happiness and celebration. So what a beautiful intuition card to pull for Libra. I hope you're enjoying your summer. I'm wishing you a beautiful August. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.